Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Paul Guidry, and often I'm asked what's the difference between reasonable suspicion and probable cause. Well, probable cause is part of your Fourth Amendment, and that's what we need as police officers after we do an investigation or something that we observe that someone has just committed a criminal act. Basically, we have some hard facts that says this evidence indicates that this said individual committed this criminal act, and that if we presented that to a reasonable person or another officer, they would be convinced as well based off of the facts and evidence that this individual that we just arrested did commit this criminal act. That's the probable cause. It means you have factual information. So for example, if you pull somebody over because you suspect they're driving under the influence and they roll down their window and they got a bunch of beer cans falling out, it smells like marijuana to Lord knows what, at that point you would have probable cause to actually make an arrest on that individual because number one, they had beer cans in their car, they were probably drinking. You can do field sobrieties to add more probable cause to your case. It smelled marijuana, which in and of itself is probable cause to make an arrest. So at that point, you're presenting factual information. Maybe they had drug paraphernalia. Maybe they had a lot of open containers in their car. Maybe they had receipts that they just went to the store and purchased that beer. So beer, marijuana, whatever, we just connected the dots with a bunch of examples of evidence that we could use to prosecute an individual, because now we have hardcore evidence that shows that this individual, after we pulled them over, was indeed under the influence of a drug, narcotics, or alcohol. Now, reasonable suspicion, my friends, is somewhat, well, it's not somewhat, it is less than probable cause. That means you have factual information that indicates that a crime may have occurred or a crime is about to occur, but you're just not certain. So that reasonable suspicion was brought about through Terry versus Ohio. And what that allows you to do, let's go back to the example. Let's say you pulled over somebody because you saw them speeding up, slowing down, braking hard, kind of weaving a little bit. Remember, when it was probable cause, we said that that person was under the influence, right? Because we developed probable cause. But initially, when you're following them, you're going to use reasonable suspicion to pull them over because you don't know if they're under the influence or not until you begin to walk up to that vehicle and begin an investigation once that vehicle is pulled over. Now, here's the catch. Reasonable suspicion allowed you to pull that vehicle over, and you may have discovered probable cause. But what happens if that person is going through a medical condition? There's nothing criminal about that. So reasonable suspicion can be very helpful in getting DUI individuals off the highway or individuals who are under the influence of something. However, not everybody that you come into contact with may actually be committing a crime, but it looks like something is not right. And it is your job as law enforcement to investigate that to see if indeed a crime is occurring. And if it is, then we continue with our investigation and maybe develop probable cause. However, there can be conditions or circumstances or scenarios where in fact a crime has not occurred and it just doesn't look right, but nonetheless you investigated and you found that there was nothing going on, and so then you move on. But you use reasonable suspicion to investigate, to inquire, to ensure that someone wasn't under the influence. So I kind of gave you two scenarios there when it comes to drinking and driving and stuff, how we can use probable cause, having all that evidence, but we can also use reasonable suspicion to stop someone, to investigate, to see if a crime is being committed or has been committed. We don't know for certain. So two different entities at the end of the day. So hopefully I provided a little context to that with the examples. If you have any questions about reasonable suspicion or probable cause, please let me know. I'll also point you to your Fourth Amendment when it comes to probable cause. And look at Terry versus Ohio. Really and truly, that's where we got the Terry stop from and the definition of reasonable suspicion. And that reasonable suspicion is there to protect you as the police officer at the end of the day. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Let me know if you have any questions, and please feel free to respond to this YouTube channel. Thank you and have a great day.